I've been doing this jewelry shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? I pay for, and the crazy shit is any jeweler tell you, bro, I don't play around with my jewelry, bro. You know what I'm saying? Nigga come on here talking about something. I woke up to a nigga saying that I can't even say the B word, bro. The B word. Nigga said I went the B word, bro. What? That's crazy. Thing is the thing, man. Since you want to talk about it, let's talk about it, man. I paid John over $900,000, and I got receipts because I don't carry cash. I pay everything with credit and checks. You know what I'm saying? So in the case of him saying I wrote him a $7,000 check, first off, I don't write checks. My mom writes checks. I never wrote that man a check ever in my life. Alright? That's first. My mother wrote him a check a year ago for something that she was doing out of her bank account. Alright? And she spelled his name wrong on the check. Because you spelled my name wrong, she paid me differently. So my mom wired him, and she never worried about the check. Now when we got into it, and he said that I owe him for something that I felt like I didn't owe him for because he overpriced me on it, and then I never paid on that. He went and took that check my mother wrote him from a year ago with the name messed up and tried to cash it. Now out of her account, nigga, that's my mother. I got the money, not my mom's, nigga. So you trying to cash this amount of money, first off, from a year ago out of her account, nigga, it ain't gonna go. And then he tried to throw it on me and made it seem like I wrote a check. Nigga, I don't write no fucking check. I ain't never wrote no check to nobody. What the fuck? The fuck? 22 years old. Nigga ain't write no fucking check. My mom write checks, bro. So that's cap. I don't appreciate that. I also don't like how he tried to go and made it seem like a nigga. I don't know. It was a bunch of bullshit, to tell you the truth, bro. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't even give a fuck. I honestly didn't give zero. It just itched my skin because like y'all niggas really believe anything y'all fucking see. Like y'all ain't never, like, this is some bullshit. And I promise you gonna hear about it, bro. And he gonna hear from me. For sure. Like, with all kinds of legal allegations, bro, because it's cap, bro. That's slandering a nigga name, throwing dirt, lying on someone's name, that's lame, bro. Especially for clout. That is not cool, bro. It's one thing, you feel like I owe you, take it to court, I got my receipts. We could do it that way, bro. But don't make shit up to make it. John Quay, nigga John went on the internet. He went to these little blogs and sent them this fake ass story, bro. And that shit really corny as fuck. I don't fuck with that. Guyvin, bro, that shit is whack as hell, bro. That shit lame as fuck. This nigga gonna watch the live in the car with me on the speaker. I don't fuck with that shit, man. That's all I came on here to speak on, bro. That
Damn. So we just heard there from Lil Boat, aka Lil Broke-ass looking dude. And I've got to be honest, this looks like one big L for Lil Broke, because we're going to get into the situation and why I think that Lil Broke's telling porky pies and telling lies. But just on the surface quickly, the fact is, he's come out and responded to this, and he's been talking his stories all over the place. Oh man, my mama wrote the check. My mama wrote the check for a different thing. I don't even write checks and all this kind of business. Oh, he overpaid it. Oh, he overcharged me. All this kind of business. All talking in riddles, yeah? Have you paid the money or not? Because one minute you're saying you paid it, one minute you're saying you don't owe him anything, next minute you're saying he's overcharged you. Which is it? Not to mention, by the way, my man Gooven the jeweler, he's filed a lawsuit and you haven't responded to it. More importantly, this dude Gooven don't mess about. He only sued Offset 2 months ago for 400 grand. And these jewelers aren't stupid individuals. There's a reason they're selling the jewellery and not buying it. They're smart people. A lot of them are Jews and whatnot. These men aren't stupid business people. And the reason I bring that up is just to say that these Jewish dons don't execute lawsuits for no reason. Trust me, if he didn't have receipts, if he didn't feel wronged, he's not going to spend a load of money and potentially risk losing money on lawyers and having to pay Lil Broke for his defamation suits and whatnot. Because we hear Lil Broke talking about, oh man, I'm going to file a defamation lawsuit. You're not going to file a defamation lawsuit if it turns out that you actually owe him money. And like I say, based on the information, I don't believe this big Jewish jeweler is going to be filing a lawsuit if he doesn't have a case. Yeah, this is simple stuff. And to be fair to the jeweler, I don't agree with these people selling jewellery at extortionate prices. But no, you don't have to buy it. No one made little broke-ass looking dude go and buy the jewellery he can't afford. Yeah? If you can't afford it, leave the thing where it is. Leave the thing in the shop. My man, Lil Broke, he's got twitchy fingers. He wants to wear this piece and put that piece on his neck and put that piece on his wrist. Couldn't help himself. Simple as that. And as I was saying, I don't agree with their business policy. That's why you won't see me wearing it. Not to mention, I ain't got no money for it. But the point is, if you don't want to end up in lawsuits, don't be buying stuff. Don't be committing. Don't be writing your name on stuff that you don't agree or that you don't want to pay for. Yeah, Lil Broke talking about, oh man, he overcharged me. Did he overcharge you before you bought it or after you bought it? Because what it sounds like, you agreed to a price, you bought the ting, you ordered ting, and now you're broke. You want to talk about, oh man, he overcharged me. Because if he overcharged you, listen. If he overcharged you, you would have been the one filing the lawsuit saying, listen, this was worth 100 grand and he charged me 150 for it. That's not what's happened here. He's the one suing your ass because you're now trying to backtrack talking about, oh man, he overcharged me. I don't think this piece is worth 150,000. It's only worth 50,000. Too late now. You've already signed up to the contract, boss man. You've already signed up to the contract. Anyway, let's go through what Lil Broke's been talking about. So we hear, as I said, my man's rambling on about all these different things. Oh man, my mama did this, my mama did that, all over the place. Do you owe the money or not? Yeah, which is it? There's no mama about it. Did you buy the jewellery and did you pay for it? All this confusion. It just sounds like he's trying to talk his way out and confuse his way out of the situation. I do feel a bit sorry for him. You can see on your screen in this video that the jeweller Guven has exposed the text he sent, and allegedly Lil Broke has sent text saying, I haven't got the money, and if I did have the money I'd send it, but I haven't got it. He's basically been begging, pleading poverty, and I don't have no sympathy for these man, because no one asked you to be buying $900,000 worth of jewellery that you can't afford. They see people like Mayweather, and even Mayweather's is allegedly broke sometimes, so who even knows, but they see people doing it who have the money, who have the cash, and they want to be like that, but there's no reason to be like that. It's a fool's game. All you're doing is making these business owners rich, and all you're doing is giving these business owners leverage. So not only mug your brand off, because now Lil Yachty is known as Little Brokey, yeah. So not only is your brand now damaged, because we know you ain't no baller now. We've seen the texts, we've seen the receipts. You begging, oh man, I'm sorry, Guven, I'm sorry, jeweler. If I had the money, I'd pay it. I haven't got the money. Well, you should have been thinking about that when you was at the jeweler, posted up, buying this and buying that, and putting this on layaway, and promising to pay that, and, do you know what I mean? Doing payments. In my opinion, if you've got to buy something on a payment plan, you probably can't afford it. Simple as that. Mate, of course a mortgage is a mortgage, but if you're looking to buy extras, like jewellery and stupid things like that, if you got to put it on, if you got to do some repayment plan, you probably don't need to have it. One of them ones there. If you couldn't pay it in cash, don't worry about it. Save up until you got the cash, come in there and drop cash. Then you can avoid the situation. The minute you're paying with this payment plan and this check, pay the cash, man. No confusion then. Oh man, my mama spelled his name wrong. It's a booky ass story. Dude's on some weird ass looking story. Yeah? Pay the man the money or not. Like I keep saying, on this one, like I said, I don't agree with the prices they charge, but no one put a gun to Lil Broke's head and made him pay it. And the reason I bring it up is just to say that I'm actually on the side of the jeweler here. I don't believe from having heard the story from Lil Brokey, sorry, his story don't add up. He's all over the place. It's not a very clear story. As an example, I would have believed Lil Broke. I would have believed Lil Yachty if he'd have come on here and said, listen, I paid him 200,000, or I would have believed him if he'd have come on here and on IG Live and said, listen, the jewellery was charged at $300,000. I paid him $300,000  2 weeks ago. Also, I'll see him in court. He's lying. That's not what he did. He didn't come on here and say, I got charged, the jewellery was 300 grand and I paid him 300 grand. He came on here talking about, oh man, my mama this and the check bounced and, my mama spelled the name wrong. All this business. Like, he didn't make it clear that he'd actually pay for the jewellery. And then at one point he starts talking about, oh man, he overcharged me. Wait there, how can What do you mean he overcharged you? That don't make no sense. If he overcharged you, he wouldn't be taking you to court for underpayment, would he? He'd be keeping quiet at the fact that he's made money out of you. And like I said a million times, these jewelers, there's one thing they do well, and that's their numbers. There's no way this Don overcharged Lil Yachty and is taking him to court because he got paid more money than he was supposed to. They don't do that. They know their numbers. They know they don't make mistakes like that. They're not going to waste time going to court. They're not going to waste lawyers' fees and take you. So you wait there. Little Broke is saying that the jeweler's taking him to court over the fact that he paid more money, too much money. don't make no sense. No, what's happened is, same as Offset. This guy Guven, this jeweler Guven is clearly on it. The fact he took Offset to court over 400 grand, this tells me my man is on it. He knows what he's doing. Now, people can say he's clout chasing, but I don't think so, because this man Guven, this jeweler Guven, he's got a lot of history in the game. He's got 20 years in the jewellery business. Now, you could say he's doing it for clout, but think about, in the last few months, there's only 2 examples. Offset and Lil Broke. Yeah? So, the point is, out of 20 years in business, do you really think he's going to go after them two? Just for the sake of it? No, what makes more sense is, after a man being in business for 20 years, and he only decides to do it to these two, that tells me it's more likely them than him. Fair enough, if he had a record of every year having 10 lawsuits, maybe, but even then, who knows? I'm just willing to bet that this jeweler ain't taking people to court for no reason. Yeah, and that's the thing. When you file a lawsuit, the financial expense is on you. Does that make sense? You're the one who's prosecuting the case, so you're the one who has to pay for the judge and the court time. I don't think he'd be doing that if he didn't have the receipts. Now, Lil Yachty, Lil Brokey, he says, "Oh man, I've got the receipts." If you had the receipts, you should just post them up. Post the receipts up. Don't be talking about, "Oh, my mama spelled the check wrong." All this booky story. If you've got the receipts, then that should have been that. You shouldn't have even mentioned all this other stuff about your mum spelling the check wrong and all this weird ass story. It sounded to me like you was trying to you know them ones there when someone's trying to explain in their weird ass brain, they're trying to explain a situation that really ain't that complicated. The jewellery was one price. Did you pay that price or not? That's all we needed. A 10-second video. Instead, he takes us on a 5-minute rant all over the place about all these different, and the minute someone starts, and that's the great thing about money and numbers is that it's simple stuff. It's simple stuff. And the minute someone takes something as simple as paying a bill or not and starts creating this big story about, "I don't use checks, my mum used checks, and I didn't pay this, I didn't pay that, and the money was that," and when someone starts doing all that weird ass looking stuff, that tells me there's something more to this. There's something, he's the one lying, because Guven was straight to the point. "You owe me this amount, you owe me 70 grand. That's that. Guven weren't talking this big ass story of, "Oh, my mama this, my mama that." Guven was the jeweler was straight to the point. "He owes me 70 racks. Simple. No in between. No big ass story. The minute you hear someone talking a big wild story, that's because they haven't got that's because the facts ain't on their side. The logic ain't on their side. Trying to explain his way to the fans. And actually, the final nail in the coffin against Lil Broke was that he closed his Instagram page down. If you go on his Instagram, I'll show you a picture now. If you look at his Instagram here, he's deleted all the videos off of his page. Every single one. There's only one video on there now, and that was uploaded about 5 hours ago. And actually, when you click on that video, you'll see a message in the comment section, which I've actually plugged in here. And essentially, well, you see the message now on your screen. He says that I'm going away from Instagram because the media chatting rubbish, or the media telling lies, the media capping. So that for me is another thing. If your game was on point, if you hadn't been exposed, you'd carry on as normal. The only reason you'd shut your Instagram down is if you was feeling it. Does that make sense? If people were really telling lies and you weren't broke and you had the money, number one, you'd probably just pay the money. You'd tell him, "Listen, boss, let me settle this now if there's a problem." The fact he's deleted his Instagram and talking about everyone lying and making a big weird story about, "Oh man, my mama put the wrong name on the check." All this weird story looking, you know what I mean? And the fact that the jeweler told you already, the jeweler exposed the text. Lil Yachty talking about, "Oh man, if I had it, I'd pay it." That's what I think's happened here. Lil Brokey is broke. Yeah, we saw the text messages. The text messages told everyone he ain't got the money. If he did have it, he'd pay it. And then add in the rest of it. Obviously, when someone deletes their IG, when someone deletes all the pictures, that there tells you they're in their feelings. They're feeling it hard. And never mind that, he told you himself in the caption. He told you straight in the bio. Yeah, I'm gone. The media talking lies. No, what he means to say is he's been exposed. The jeweler, the Goovans, exposed him. He's flat broke. Exposed the text, and now he's feeling. He's been exposed. Lil Bo is now a little broke. And don't get me wrong, he's still richer than me, of course, but still, when it comes to it, his reputation now is, don't get me wrong, it will recover. He's not completely Soldier Boy yet, but he's on that path of going the route of Soldier Boy. Dead ass guy. Pay your bills. Don't be buying all this. Never mind the media capping. Don't you be capping, buying stuff you ain't on that level. If you ain't on that $1 million jewellery level, don't be capping about it. Yeah, live within your means. If you got to buy a 5k piece, buy a 5k piece. Why you got to be buying these $500,000 pieces for? Trying to be something you ain't. Weird ass looking dude. Anyway, as I said, in reality, I don't believe Lil Brokey, man. Lil Brokey just talking the most, if the truth be known. Just trying to talk his way out of the situation. When these Jewish jewelers, they ain't looking to talk. They want the peas. They want the monies. They got monies to count. Yeah, and if that's one thing we do know, you can't get in the way of a Jewish man's money. He wants to be paid. Yeah, that's why Lil Brokey's feeling it. He didn't realise what he was playing with, and he's finding out the hard way. You can't be coming incorrect when it comes to the numericals. Yeah, Jewish men are on their numericals. If you don't come correct numerically, yeah, if you don't come correct mathematically, them Jewish man will sort you out. As Lil Brokey's finding out. Lil Yachty in court. He tried to text his way out of it. Oh man, I'm sorry. I haven't got the money. I'm broke. Too late now. You should have been thinking about that when you was ordering custom pieces. Anyway, that's the facts of the matter. Let me know your thoughts. Hit the like button on the way out. Actually, I tell you what. Comment below. What do you think? Do you think the jeweler's lying? Do you think Lil Brokey is lying? Do you believe Lil Brokey? Comment below. Hit the like on your way out and subscribe, and your boy will be back.